In this video I am telling you the amazing facts about Afghanistan that you may not know. Afghanistan's people are strong believers in the omnipresent God and adhere to Islamic values. Their faith deeply shaped their cultural and national identity. What they believe in influences how they dress, eat, and speak. Praising Allah, the name of their God, often appears in casual conversation. Afghans are fiercely devoted to their clans and tribes. They are welcoming and trustworthy people who place high importance on personal honor and duty as the foundations of social structure. In Afghan culture, men and women never shake hands or make eye contact. Only in families do unrestricted contact between people of different gender occurs. Authorities prohibit women from wearing skirts or blouses without sleeves. And if you visit Afghanistan during Ramadan, you may not eat, chew gum, or drink music in front of local Afghans. Some people may think their practices are too archaic, even restricting. For most Afghans, their uncomplicated lifestyle and traditional lifestyle work for them, which is all that matters. The official languages in Afghanistan are Dari and Pashto. In Afghanistan, bilingualism, or the use of more than one language is common. Dari and Pashto are the two main languages in Afghanistan. Afghans also use languages like Hindustani, the language used in India and Pakistan. This is used a lot by the refugees of Pakistan. English is also a popular language since the 2000s. Dari is the Persian language in Afghanistan. Dari is the widely used language in Afghanistan and the primary language of around 25% to 50% of the population. Since 1964, the Afghan government has been promoting the use of Dari. Afghanistan is the 37th most populous country in the world. The country's official name is the Islamic Republic of Afghanistan. With a population of almost 40 million, it is the 37th most populous country in the world. Kabul is the capital and largest city in Afghanistan. Around 10% of the population lives in Kabul. Afghanistan's population growth rate is one of the highest in the world. According to the Afghanistan National Statistics and Information Authority, as of 2019, the population in the country is about 32.9 million, an increase rate of around 2.37%, one of the highest in the world outside Africa. Its population is comprised of Uzbeks, Hazaras, Tajiks, and Pashtuns. Afghanistan has the highest number of refugees in the world. For almost 32 years, Afghanistan has been the country with the most number of refugees in the world. Afghan refugees are people from Afghanistan who left the country because of war and various uncertainties. The Soviet war in Afghanistan from December 1979 to February 1989 marked the movement of refugees to nearby countries. About 95% of refugees are currently in Pakistan and India. According to the Afghanistan National Statistics and Information Authority, as of 2019, the population in the country is about 32.9 million, an increase rate of around 2.37%, one of the highest in the world outside Africa. Afghans also use languages like Hindustani, the language used in India and Pakistan. This is used a lot by the refugees of Pakistan. English is also a popular language since the 2000s. Afghans celebrate their New Year, Nowruz, on 21st of March, the first day of spring. Thousands travel to the northern city of Mazar-e-Sharif to welcome in Nowruz, a pre-Islamic festival. Local strongmen raise a great janda, an Islamic banner, to herald the beginning of spring and the start of the new year. If it is lifted in one smooth motion, it is seen as a good omen for the months to come. You have to hold on to something when you live in a country that has already survived more than 30 years of war. Most Afghans celebrate their birthday on January 1. During the war from 1980 to 1990, the Afghan government had no system to record the birth of their citizens. Due to the lack of available records, Afghans born in that decade do not know their exact birth date. To make things easier for them, they chose January 1, since it is the easiest date to remember. Afghanistan would like its national game, buzkashi, or goat grabbing, to be an Olympic sport. Regarded as the world's wildest game, it involves riders on horseback competing to grab a goat carcass, and gallop clear of the others to drop it in a chalked circle. It has been played on Afghanistan's northern steppe for centuries. The game used to be the sport of rich rival warlords but is now also financed by Afghan mobile phone companies and private airlines. But it is still not a sport for the faint-hearted, and women should not apply. The world's oldest oil paintings are in Afghanistan. Bamyan in central Afghanistan is home to the world's oldest oil paintings. Scientists discovered the paintings on cave walls and dated them from the 7th century AD. Europeans didn't start adding oil to paint until much later, around the 13th century. The cave paintings depict Buddhas in vermilion robes and mythical creatures. The caves were near the Buddhas of Bamyan. These were two 6th century statues of Vairocana Buddha and Gautama Buddha carved into a sandstone cliff. These were at one time the tallest standing Buddhas in the world. However, in 2001, Afghanistan's Taliban government blew them up saying the Buddhas were un-Islamic. Afghanistan is the world's largest producer of opium. Afghanistan is the world's top cultivator of poppies. These poppies produce a sticky, yellow residue that people use to make heroin and opium. According to the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, UNODC, Afghanistan is the world's largest producer of opium. As of 2021, Afghanistan is the source of more than 90% of the world's opium supply. It is the source of more than 95% of the European opium supply. Opium farming is a major source of employment in Afghanistan. According to the United Nations, poppy farming employs an estimated 120,000 Afghans and brings in an estimated USD $300 to $400 million a year. Afghan cuisine is more sophisticated than kebabs and rice. This landlocked country has been at the crossroads of major civilizations for centuries, which is reflected in what is on the menu. Sample its delicate ishak, a ravioli stuffed with leeks, and topped with minced meat and yogurt, or monte pasta filled with lamb and onions. And new influences are still emerging as Afghanistan opens its doors to the world. If you yearn for something lighter, former Japanese journalist turned chef Hiromi, now known as Mursal, which means rose in Persian, fell in love with the country, married an Afghan, and is training Afghans to make mouth-watering sushi.